Good morning, and welcome to episode 136 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. Right off the bat, I want to encourage everyone to join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for our third quarter episode of On the Move. This is a free webinar. My co-host, Adrian Day of Adrian Day Asset Management, and I welcome Alex Green. He's the investment director for the Oxford Club. You need to join us tonight. It's worth hearing. Those of you who have heard Alex speak in the past or are familiar with what his thoughts and his writings are, you know why I say what I just said, that you want to be there. Those that haven't heard him speak yet, you need to tune in. We look forward to seeing everyone there tonight. A nice dose, I think, of positivity in a world that needs it desperately. Let's look over the past week. Right off the bat, speaking of the opposite of positivity, negativity. We saw indictments coming out of Georgia for President Trump. We've seen renewed efforts to go ahead and indict Hunter Biden, the President Biden's son, as we continue here in the U.S. to turn banana republic and go ahead and politicize the judiciary. Not a good step. This is not a good look for America, but it's happening. Amidst that background, in the economic side of things, the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, ticked up last week. The Producer Price Index, which feeds into the Consumer Price Index, ticked up last week. Yesterday, retail sales ticked up. Put that all together, and the hawks have what they want to go forward with that additional interest rate increase that the Fed promised earlier this year. They talked about 2 more rate increases. They've already done 1. They took a pause, and everybody thought, great, they're done. They've done all they need to do. Inflation's under control, and now the party's going to go back on. We're going to pause and then pivot, and we can start making money again as they inflate the currency. Well, it doesn't look like that's going to happen immediately. First, we're probably going to get that last interest rate increase. We'll see what happens at the September meeting. But first, next week, we'll hear what everyone has to say at the annual Jackson Hole meeting for the Federal Reserve. As a result, the stock markets faltered this past week, but precious metals pretty much held firm and were relatively steady over the past week. So let's take a look at the numbers. Gold today stands at $1,906.90 per ounce. That's down 1% from last week at $1,925.20. Silver is up 0.2% at $22.79. That's 4 cents better than last week's $22.75. Platinum is down 0.7% at $8.97 an ounce, $6 cheaper than the $9.03 it clocked in with last week. And palladium is the big winner, up almost 1% at 0.9% to $12.58 an ounce, $11 higher than last week's $12.47 an ounce. With silver slightly outpacing gold, the gold-silver ratio, or the number of ounces of silver it takes to buy an ounce of gold, went down this week to 84.03 from 84.95. And the U.S. dollar went ahead and flexed a little bit of muscle this past week. It's up to 103.10 on the index from 102.39 last week. So the bottom line is we've got economies that are still struggling. They have not recovered from the pandemic. We saw this past week Russia, China, Europe, the U.S. are all trying to steady their economies, steady their currencies with interest rate changes, whether it be up or down for the given economies. And going forward, it's going to be a tough road to hoe. Right now, with the strength in the U.S. dollar, right now with the short-term weakness in the gold price trading right now down near psychological resistance at $1,900 an ounce, we strongly encourage that you go ahead and take advantage of this dip to buy well. In the long run, you'll be very happy you did. If you zoom out and take the big picture look at gold, there's no question where the price is going in the future. Short-term dips are your friends. They are to be embraced, not to be feared. Again, we want you to join us tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you haven't registered, you can do so very easily below this video on your email. And join us tonight for Alex Green. It's going to be a fantastic show. As always, we want you to go ahead and sign up on YouTube. Join us. Like us. Send us your comments and questions. Join us with our social media. Receive our twice weekly alerts and our once monthly newsletter. But none of that matters if you forget the one most important thing, that is, getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.